Hello, hope you're okay. This would be just a quick introduction to draping a skirt. I thought that would be fun to do, not something complete, just showing you a little bit about fabric, how to treat the fabric when you drape a skirt or something similar. And I just prepared a piece of square fabric over here. I know this comes along really bad on my crappy computer camera, but hopefully you can see the lines here. I prepared a center front line and a horizontal line over here. And you have to use this to make a good drape, and this would show you how the stripes will work if you have stripes or checks or something on the fabric. And it's important also when you choose what you would like to drape. And it could be different things. If you choose to drape a straight skirt, you just turn this fabric around the hip. If you want it to be tight, you just ease it around over here, don't do it too tight, and you can see you look after straight. Yeah, you're searching for a straight line over here, and then you just pin it in the back. If you want a circular skirt, you just turn the fabric down so it follows the waistline, and then you can see it turns outwards over here. And you can also see I transport this line downwards, and the more I do that, the fuller the skirt will be here in the front. And what's important to realize is if you put the thread on a straight line over here, it's gonna transport the fabric out, so you get a soft drape on the side. If you put it on the bias, then it would be softer in the front. I'll show you that in a second. And if you turn this line upwards, like this, then you get the peg skirt, a bit of also 50s look. And then you can see it transports inwards down here, and you get a lot of more fabric up here to do some interesting pleats, prominent hip, something like that. So that's the three alternatives actually you have, and of course you can do a pleated skirt and everything like that, but we don't go into that here. So if you do this straight one, you look for a straight line in the side, and of course you adjust it in the back, you pin it in place, and then you take you transport the fabric upwards, and be sure not to draw everything out in the side, then you get a really bad tension over here, which you probably would not like to. Well, it depends what taste you have, but traditionally you transport it upwards, and then you pin away the hip seam, and it's usually bigger than in the front and the back. And then you just ease the dart down in a soft line in here. Be sure not to take too much away here so it gets too tight. And after that you decide how many darts you would like here. She has prominent hips, I probably do a dart all the way out here. Just transport the fabric upwards and pin away. And then you get a little bit extra fabric here, so you can make a small micro dart, but you would not sew that one. You probably just ease it into the waistline. And then of course you mark the waist with a piece of a band, and you just cut down and mark. I really forgot what I'm supposed to say here, but we try it anyway. And if you would like the circle skirt, you turn it downwards, and then the darts almost disappear. You can see that the tension is just a little bit up here, and then you cut down, and then it gets all smooth up here. And the more you turn it downwards, the more fuller will it get at the hem. What's important here is if you want to do a really full skirt down here, you have to start really high up here, because you can see I have almost no fabric left out here. So if you do a straight skirt, you can start quite low up here, and if you do a circular skirt, you have to move it upwards. And of course you use much more fabric when you do the circular skirt. When you do the peg skirt, you pull it upwards like this, and then you can decide how tight it would be downwards. And then you get much more fabric, which you can do different things with. Either you can just take away all the fabric, and then you have a side seam, which you follow down here. But it's maybe more interesting to make a dart or a pleat, and then you can just turn it ever so slightly downwards, and then you will get a really pointy, interesting hip over here. So you can play with that, and then you don't have so much fabric over here. Or you can do more darts. So you can take some over here, like that, and you take one over here, and you continue all the way around, and then you get a very soft look here, like a flower or something like that. If you do the circular skirt, then I told you that it usually transports out here, so you get the soft drape out here, and it gets more flat here. Of course I pinned it here, so, but if I turn it down, you can see it still stays in place here, almost. Just cut down here too. Like that. So it's flat here, and you got a soft drape over here. If I take this off and do it the other way around on the bias, it would get a very different look. So I put the thread on the bias, it's 45 degrees, and I pin it in place in center front, and I just place it over here, and I cut off some excess fabric on the top, and then you can see you get a soft drape in the front. Somewhere on here. You get the soft drape in the front, and then you get a flatter side out here. And of course this, you can see if I draw it upwards here, it will transport this around. And of course you do this on both sides. You can see if I lift over here, you don't have so much drape in front of here. But if you have the fabric on bias, you get the drape in the front and flatter side. If you have the thread straight in the front, you get a flat front and a soft drape on the side. And then of course you put the waistband over here, so you get a tight waistline. So that was just a quick introduction about the skirts. I will probably do something more elaborate later, but just to get you started. That was all for me today. Just tell me if you think it was interesting, or if you would like me to do something else. So thank you for watching, and have a nice evening. Bye.